People are saying Young Thugga snitch. They're saying it's stamped. They're saying facts.
And they say he
They're saying it's
washed.
facts, man. That's actually
Fact.
crazy, okay? Yeah, Young Thug doing too much talking to the police. He definitely part of the reason that Pee Wee Roscoe went to jail. They're saying,
Hell
Ross,
yeah.
they're going to hate you for this one. That is true. But, you know, I
Hell
stand
yeah,
on
they
business, and this is what...
Hell yeah, they go hate this nigga, bro. He actually, he reacted to the interrogation joint. I ain't peep. I might have to go watch that joint. I got to see that video,
What it is, man. Hey, listen, this was on Seti Nash's page first, so you know what I'm saying? Pull up on Seti Nash first before you come at me. I'm just trying to get an understanding. I just wanted to react to this and ask you guys, okay? People saying Thug is a snitch too, all right? Snitching, disclosing any information about future, past, or present crimes to any law enforcement or possible informant. Saying someone does illegal activities is snitching.
Hell yeah, that's snitching.
People saying ain't nobody a rat when it comes to testifying against an R word or anyone like that, especially when it's against children. That's not relevant to what's going on here. But
Yeah, right.
they're saying he talked to the police even more than King Yeller. Oh my days. Okay, he said, oh yeah, this is definitely considered snitching. A real street dude lawyers up immediately, especially if they say this has nothing to do with you. They are literally asking you to snitch about crimes you know about. This is worse than what Gunna did because it was known that Gunna was no street dude.
Yeah.
What Thug is doing here would get him snuffed immediately in any real serious.
That bitch trying my bed. I ain't trying to do that cause this bitch be whack. I just fucking out the Ukraine. Bitch come through, she gon' throw shit back. Let me talk about brother got the bag. When now he ain't even have bite. Niggas bouncing and killing on sight. Heard that brother ain't definitely bite.
So the whole of Atlanta is in absolute shambles right now, okay? It's been months and months of debate back and forth. Is Gunna a snitch? Is Gunna not a snitch? Young Thug took his plea. Gunna took a plea. All of this stuff, okay? And it's time to make the decision, okay? I uploaded a video yesterday, okay, reacting to the whole Young Thug interrogation footage from 2015. Young Thug did a police interview in 2015 when he was wrapped up in a situation where he threatened a security guard at a mall, and he was arrested for terroristic threats, and he was questioned for 2 hours. He spoke to the cops without a lawyer present. He said a couple of crazy things, okay? He said that Pee Wee Roscoe breaks the law every day, and he says that Pee Wee Roscoe carried drugs for Lil Wayne, okay? I was asking...
But in this case, he want to call Gunna a snitch. He called Gunna a rat. Cut off, like, come on, bro. You snitching on other niggas and you calling people rats and you be snitching? You had 2-hour interrogation. 2-hour kickback with the police, nigga. With no lawyer present. It's crazy.
Open question to the audience, does that count as snitching? Because apparently Gunna taking a plea and saying yes ma'am to gang charges made him a snitch. So I was curious. I wanted to know from you guys whether or not this qualified as snitching. I'm trying to educate myself. People saying you're not from the streets, you ain't got a clue what snitching is. Okay, fine. I wanted to know, I wanted to ask you guys, okay, so the verdict is in. I want to read the comments and see what you guys thought. Okay, we got 777 comments straight away, okay, and we're going to just get into it, okay, because it's going crazy, all right, and it is what it is, okay. People are saying a Lil Wayne Gunna song would be a nice twist right now. That would be crazy. People are saying, I'm unemployed, so I care. People are saying, YFN Lucci's the only person who didn't fold in Fulton County. So we're gonna get to some interesting stuff here, okay? So it says in the US, all you have to do is ask for an attorney when they try and interrogate you, and all questioning has to be halted. That's true, and you know, Young Thug, he said, I'm willing to talk to you guys. I'm willing to have a conversation with you guys. Woo! Oh my God, people are saying Young Thug ate the rat burger and started talking like an MF. That's crazy. Yo. Okay, that's crazy. Even the female cop was excited to hear that he was hungry. People are saying Young Thug a snitch. They're saying it's stamped. They're saying facts.
And they say he
They're
washed.
saying it's facts, man. That's actually crazy, okay? Yeah, Young Thug doing too much talking to the police. He definitely part of the reason that Pee Wee Roscoe went to jail. They're saying, Ross, they're going to hate you for this one. That is true. But, you know, I stand on business, and this is what...
Hell yeah, they go hate this nigga, bro. He actually... he reacted to the interrogation joint. I ain't peep. I might have to go watch that joint. I got to see that video,
what it is, man. Hey, listen, this was on Seti Nash's page first, so you know what I'm saying? Pull up on Seti Nash first before you come at me. I'm just trying to get an understanding. I just wanted to react to this and ask you guys, okay? People saying Thug is a snitch too. All right? Snitching, disclosing any information about future, past, or present crimes to any law enforcement or possible informant. Saying someone does illegal activities is snitching.
Hell yeah, that's snitching.
People saying ain't nobody a rat when it comes to testifying against an R word or anyone like that, especially when it's against children. That's not relevant to what's going on here. But
Yeah, right.
they're saying he talked to the police even more than King Yeller. Oh my days. Okay, he said, oh yeah, this is definitely considered snitching. A real street dude lawyers up immediately, especially if they say this has nothing to do with you. They are literally asking you to snitch about crimes you know about. This is worse than what Gunna did because it was known that Gunna was no street dude.
Yeah.
What Thug is doing here would get him snuffed immediately in any real serious criminal.
Nah, facts though. Gunna wasn't no street dude, shorty. He had this snitch allegation on him, all that, and Gunna wasn't in the streets. It's bogus. The nigga was a civilian. It's crazy.
Organization. LMFAO, all the hating on Gunna when Thug is the biggest snitch. People are saying in the comments that it's snitching. Okay, people are saying it's, and I thought this was a good comment.
See the
This is
video,
one
bro.
of the black community's problem. Okay, our conception of street rules, what's wrong with one is good for another. I said myself that didn't Thug snitch too? Because he did the same thing that Gunna did. Now look, I feel like it's just always important to point out that these whole snitching things, this is all based on this street code, this street rule, no snitching. Snitches get stitches. We sort out our own. We sort out the justice in our community. We don't let the official justice system sort it out. And that's wrong. And that's holding a lot of people back. That's holding a lot of people back from progressing beyond this mindset, this gang street, you know what I'm saying, street justice mindset.
No,
and
facts,
I think it is actually a problem, not just in the black community, but in all communities where crime is rife. The police still not always to be trusted, okay? But justice, okay? We need real justice. We need real fairness in the community for things to be fair. You can't just have people killing each other and then we're just going to say we're just going to leave it in the streets, because the streets doesn't always deliver justice correctly.
No,
sometimes the
facts,
streets delivers over justice. Too many people get killed in retaliation for somebody's murder. Or sometimes the streets doesn't deliver justice. Sometimes people, they're going to say they're going to slide for years and years and years, and things don't end up working out that way. So I feel like it is important to just get that across and say this whole anti-snitching mentality is a L, and this is why I'm kind of coming at Young Thug, because I feel like his whole thing of hating on Gunna for being a snitch, I just think it's clout chasing. I don't think that Gunna is a snitch, and I think that he's spreading a message into the community that's all wrong. Gunna really did.
Yeah, facts.
Gunna kind of did the right thing, and then Young Thug went and did the exact same thing that Gunna did, taking a plea himself to get out before Yak Gotti had finished his case. People are saying if you're in an interrogation room, the only thing you should be saying is, can I call my lawyer? Know your rights. The streets are a myth. Okay.
Yeah,
now, a lot of people.
The streets is a myth, shorty. These comments ain't lying, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, like, and he not lying either, bro. He not lying either. Niggas, bro. It's sad nowadays because, like, I don't know, bro. I don't know how to explain it. Nowadays, it's like the nigga. You go to jail with somebody, the nigga might snitch on you, and you going by the no snitch code. Everything gonna be put on you. Bro, this life shit crazy. The streets is dead, but who keep calling my phone? God damn. What the But yeah, man, I'm blown.
People are clapping back. I don't want you to think this is one-sided, okay? People are saying at 4:40, Gunna confirmed YSL to be a gang in court. Therefore, this is a case of snitching because the defense was claiming it wasn't a gang to get out of the RICO.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which crimes and personal knowledge that member is a music label and a gang. And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
So saying yes, ma'am, to a pre-written statement written by the state. Come on, man. Is that really snitching? Young Thug pled guilty to gang charges and Yak Gotti's case was still outstanding. And it just is what it is, man. Okay, it is what it is. So where was that last comment? Hang on.
Somebody in the comments said, oh yeah, this is definitely considered snitching. Bro, you gotta think about it, bro. That nigga there is a civilian. Gunna is a civilian. The nigga ain't in the streets is crazy. I thought the nigga was in the streets, bro. I ain't gonna bab to you. The nigga was a civilian. So calling it a civilian a snitch is not gonna phase the nigga, bro. Calling a civilian a snitch is not gonna phase the nigga, bro. How can you call a nigga a rat anyways? Who about to go to jail as a civilian for some street niggas? What sense do that make? You going to jail for some street niggas and... Come on, bro.
Hang on a minute. Where are we again? Trying to get back to where we was. Okay, great. All right. Okay, people saying Thug was singing more than Gunna on the last one. If you're a gang member, any cooperation with the police or legal system is against your code. You don't speak to them about nothing. Name and address at most. People saying Gunna is a snitch because he made it known that YSL was a gang. If he would have said no, then he wouldn't have been a snitch. But he couldn't say no. He had to take that plea. Okay, maybe the plea was set up in a different way for Young Thug to save face, but Young Thug pled guilty to gang charges. He acknowledged the gang's existence by virtue of his plea. Okay. Young Thug, he's telling, judge, but didn't you tell? Young Thug, I don't know nothing about that. Young Thug, so yeah, we was around there doing things. Ah, man.
Yo.
Thug snitched when he was handed a pill in court and immediately turned around and handed the pill/evidence to a police officer instead of eating it. I didn't know that. I believe there was talk of a
Hold on, bro. He said Thug snitched when he was handed a pill in court and immediately turned around and handed the pill/evidence to the police officer instead of eating it. Yo, what the fuck?
I didn't know that. I believe there was talk of a drug deal going down in court. Let's look that one up, man. Young Thug drug deal in court. Let's look that up, okay? Let's look that up. I heard about this, but I didn't actually dig that deep into it. Young Thug jury selection interrupted amid drug smuggling allegations. That's crazy, man.
Rapper Young Thug's trial has snagged over allegations of a drug smuggling incident inside the courtroom. A court filing obtained by ABC News shows prosecutors accuse Young Thug, whose real name's Jeffrey Williams.
Damn, he handed him something. That's crazy.
Thug, whose real name's Jeffrey Williams, of executing what they call a, quote, hand-to-hand drug transaction.
And the guards see it immediately and walk over.
In this Atlanta courtroom last month. Young Thug's attorney denies the allegation. The rapper faces gang-related charges.
And they're saying he handed the pill to the bailiff there. You can't tell if he definitely handed it. He should have swallowed it, but damn.
Yeah,
Weeks
bro.
after jury selection.
He should have swallowed that joint. What's wrong with him, bro? Boy, look goofy, bro. That's why these allegations out on his ass.
Began in the trial of Young Thug, who's facing gang-related charges in a RICO indictment. The judge is examining the jury pool for hardship in months-long trial with 14 defendants, and most recently allegations of drug and contraband smuggling in court. In a court filing obtained by ABC News, prosecutors accuse Young Thug, Jeffrey Williams, and co-defendant Khalif Adams of engaging in a hand-to-hand drug transaction inside the courtroom. How dumb do you have to be, bro?
Yeah, bro.
How dumb do you have to be to do stuff like that?
Hand-to-hand drug transaction in the courtroom is crazy. Camera over there in the corner, camera in the other corner, officer looking at you, everybody looking at you when you walking over there. Like, how dumb can you be?
This disrupted the ongoing jury selection and led to a delay in their trial as they faced gang-related charges. Attorneys for Young Thug said the rapper was startled when a co-defendant walked up to him in the courtroom and handed him an object that prosecutors alleged was a Percocet pill. Wow. Mr. Williams, this is what his lawyer said. Oh, don't tell me we got another one, man. Mr. Williams was not knowingly or willingly or intentionally involved with a supposed drug deal. Prosecutors accused Young Thug in the motion filed on January the 19th of attempting to conceal the Percocet pill, an allegation that the rapper's attorney called a blatant fabrication, claiming that Young Thug extended his claiming that Young Thug extended his hands to Adams for what he thought was a handshake. Courtroom security of the incident was obtained by an ABC affiliate in Atlanta. It appeared to show Adams standing up from his chair unattended, walking up to Mr. Williams and placing something in his hand. Moments later, Young Thug appears to hand the object to a security guard as he walks up to both defendants. Sheriff's office personnel immediately approached Defendant Williams and demanded that Williams relinquish the contraband. Defendant Williams placed in his hand before placing his hand under the table. Prosecutors also alleged that this incident led to discovery of more contraband inside the courtroom after Adams was searched. Adams resisted being searched and was found with Percocet, marijuana, tobacco, and other contraband wrapped in plastic and food seasoning to make the odor of the marijuana disappear.
In the courtroom, though, bro? In the courtroom, though, bro? You deserve that one, but I ain't go fake it to you, bro. You deserve to get caught.
Adams' testimony.
He dumb as hell, bro.
Adams' attorney told ABC News on Tuesday the allegations against her client are mere statements by the state in an effort to thwart the lengthiness of the jury selection process. Mr. Adams maintains his innocence and looks forward to the conclusion of this trial. Following the incident, Adam was transported to Grady Hospital after he appeared to ingest other items of contraband in an effort to conceal them. Asked about the circumstances surrounding Adams' hospitalization, he claimed that Adams was transported to the hospital and released after being repeatedly tasered by officers. He's facing several charges in connection to the incident and is investigating the matter further. Now, if you want to go back to the... Look, bruh. Attorneys for Young Thug said the rapper was startled when a co-defendant walked up to him in the courtroom and handed him an object that prosecutors alleged was a Percocet pill. Now, look, I don't want to keep doing this same thing over and over and over again, but, okay... If the Gunna plea, if he's snitching on Thug by saying that those drugs in the cars wasn't his, is Young Thug not doing the same thing by saying that wasn't his? He was startled when this person came up and gave him something. Yes, ma'am. I want to understand.
With YSL, Mr. Kitchens, and again, 2016. Is that trace knowledge that members of the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, it is slightly different, but it's just kind of like he's saying, I was there with the drugs, it wasn't me. And then you got Young Thug saying he was startled when he was handed an object that the prosecutors say was a Percocet. Mr. Williams did not knowingly or willingly or intentionally be involved with a supposed drug deal. These are different situations. I'm not going to cap like these are the same situation. But I didn't actually even know that. I feel like I'd heard of that, but I hadn't really seen the full footage. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah, bro, that shit bad, bro. And everybody coming at Thug losing fans. I mean, I ain't going to say he losing fans because they say he fell off already, but... Hey... I mean, what do you expect from a nigga that been in jail for a minute? You feel me? But I ain't knocking nobody. We out this joint, though.